so here we go. So you know the banner thing, it's there right there at the top. It's changeable now. It's kind of like going to be a slideshow, and there's only 3 in them so far, but over time they'll build up, and I think it's an opportunity to show off things about the stream related to what we do in there. So yes, that's one thing, as well as the alerts, and what that one actually says is the new thing, guys. It's I'm adding a sort of fun trivia thing to the stream for anybody that wants to take part. It's going to be obviously Raindrop Chronicle questions, and I think we'll have really easy ones in at first so that everyone gets scared away. But all the answers I'm planning will be in the Law Bible. So every single answer will be somewhere in there. Okay, so I wanted to add something like that to the stream for a while now, but there was never like a good bot or something that could do that effectively and give people points. But I figured out a hack to do it, and I've got a way to do it quite easily now. So I was thinking part of today's stream we could look through our Law Bible and think of cool questions to add together. But of course I'm going to not say the answers, because then you'll know that all the answers. Okay, so is our chat box actually working? Because I was having a few little issues with that chat box this afternoon before stream. Oh, it's there. Okay. Let's tick that. I think it's working. For some reason it just cleared all the chat box when I switched screen. That's what happened. I don't know if the chat box working. Yay, it's working. But yeah, the chat box looked a right mess earlier because I changed the alerts, and when I changed the alerts, it messed everything else up, including the chat box. But I ended up getting it fixed in the end, so yay. Okay. So guys, I think we need to add this Law Bible link to our Discord, because I realised earlier that it's not here. We've got all the links to everything, but not the Law Bible. And you guys need to get to this. Easy peasy. So, Law Bible. And I was thinking, like, because obviously it's not going to take all the stream to add some questions to the trivia thing. We could just like add stuff to the Law Bible. We need to get, there's a lot of info we need to get in there still, which is here on our Trello list. We've got the fruits profiles and the Bookington profiles, as well as the community character profiles need to get added, and those. And was figuring out a time to do that because we've been a busy bee. Been a bit of a busy bee. Thank you, Casper, for those 5 bitties. I appreciate that. Can you please give a shout out to my friend I Am? He's watching. Hi, I Am. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday, guys. Hope it's treating you well. Okay, so right, where were we? Yeah, so I was thinking, yeah, we could spend some time just getting more stuff in the Law Bible today, because in terms of the game development, there's a lot of complex stuff that I'm in the middle of working on. I'm going to plan to get a lot of that done over the weekend, so we can get back into that next week and stuff. But yes, we need to add stuff to our Law Bible, but questions for our trivia. So it's going to be super easy, guys. In all honesty, it's all going to just be a command. It's going to work as like, it'll pull a random question from a text file randomly that I add. And then whoever answers it first correctly will get a point, which I add with a super simple command via Stream Elements. And then you will get put onto a leaderboard, which you guys will be able to see from a leaderboard command in chat as well. Yeah, our chat box is behaving very differently today. I've noticed that the text is disappearing on it this time, which we don't want. I'm going to just have a little peek in her. Before we begin today, I'm going to just have a quick peek. Like, here it is. I don't think there's anything secret on this page I can show you guys. Maybe there's a way to make it stay up. So always show messages. Yeah, I think it's as simple as that, and then they'll stay up. Woohoo! Easy. Okay, so hopefully that will work now. All right, I emailed them. Awesome, Rado. Awesome. Are you happy with them? That's the main thing. Are you happy with them? I will be happy with them as long as they look like our art style, and so which they will. I'm sure they will, because they've always looked like that before when you've sent me the stuff over. Okie dokie, guys. So we have. This is going to work pretty similar to another command that we've got in our stream, which you guys might not know about. Open Carol, so don't even ask. There's just random items in there that you can pull out of Carol. That command was created absolutely ages ago. Basically that works from a text file. So, but yeah, whoever is top at the thingy at the end of the month, the trivia thing, will get a special Discord role. They will go literally just underneath me in the Discord. So that'll be the prize. And who knows how often I'll do it in a stream. Maybe whenever I want, basically, randomly, I'll just pull a trivia command out. And I'll probably do it either when the chat's got a few folks in it, and it seems like a good time to do a random trivia, or yeah, so we'll say. Oh hee hee. I don't know if I match well enough. LOL, I'd had problems with the artist, unfortunately. Oh no. Well, I'll check after the stream, and if there is any problems, I'll let you know. But I'm sure it's not too bad. Okay. Oh hee hee. Okay, so I've got to find the location of where these text files are from the bot. So C drive. Here we go. So let's have a random. Oh, I've got a good question, an easy peasy one. But obviously we're going to need a bazillion questions over time on this, so that we don't have the same questions repeating themselves. But I'm sure over time we can build it up to lots of different. But I think we should start easy, so nobody gets too intimidated by any questions. Okay. Okie dokes. I haven't even made the command yet, so now I'm going to do it. And only me can use this command. Right, so I'm in my bot at the moment, guys. It's very easy to set up, so there we go. I think that's done now. Okay, so the command is officially there now. And my first idea was that everybody could use the trivia command whenever they want, but then things could probably get a bit chaotic if that happened. And probably best that I have control of the command. Hehehe. Okay. So, I mean, I can tell you guys what the questions are, as long as I don't give you the answers. That's the main thing, right? But I suppose you guys being here now, seeing the questions could give you an advantage, because you'd be prepared for what could possibly come up. But I think that's fine, because you guys are here hanging out, so yeah, you get you know, rewarded from that by having a sneak peek of our questions first. And wahaha. Okay, so where is a notepad file? Here we go. Is it appearing? Nope. We put it here, it will. There we go. So I think I need to move it along so we can see. Question X, I know, right? Well, that's the thing. You guys who are here now, you deserve the question X for being in the stream, hanging out. So, gotta get rewarded from it. Okay. But eventually the questions will all be secret. But because this is the launch of this little thing we're introducing to the stream, you know, makes sense to show today. Okay. So we're gonna look through the Law Bible, but our Law Bible doesn't have much stuff in it just yet, but eventually it will, and that's why I wanted to add some of our character sheets and stuffs as well. Did I press enter on that? I don't think I did. There we go. It's there now. Because some of the questions, you know, we can get some just through looking through character sheets and that. You know, we could surprisingly get a few out of here. And I think this is cool. There's a few reasons why I think it's cool. First one is that it's somewhat fun for us to do. Keeps the stream fun. And interactive. Gives you guys a reward for taking part by getting Discord role. Also, you know, we're learning about the game, and people will be pros at the game, and ultimately that's what we want, isn't it? If we're going to be a collaboration team coming up with ideas together, it only makes sense that us as a community have a good knowledge on the lore of our game. And not everyone's going to want to take part, which is fine. Some people might not want the pressure. It's all optional. Whoever wants to be a lore nerd like me can whenever it can take part. And King, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good Friday. But yeah, some days I might not do the trivia command. Other days I might do a few. It kind of sort of depends how the stream is and the vibes and how active chat is. Then I'll probably pull out the trivia command. So yeah, and if you don't know the answer to some of these guys, then all I'm going to say is look through the Law Bible. Got 10 to a note to know. So every single answer is in here, even if it's in the story so far video. Like the answer to this particular question that's already here is in the story so far video. So you know, well, it's written here as well. Yeah. So So if you guys are here now, you've seen all the sneak peeks, the questions, so you'll literally be prepared for what might possibly come out the command. So it'll be easy for you guys. But guys, question requests are cool as well. If anybody has any question requests, feel free to say, because, you know, the more the better. There's no limit to how many we want here. We want thousands. So, yeah, feel free if anybody has a cool question they'd like to add. Yeah, we can get, like, there's literally dozens. We just, people's names and stuff could be questions alone. Do you know about the wording of that? Let me just check something. Yeah, I think I prefer what do they do for a living rather than work. Maybe. These are easy. Itchy nose. So I want to try and get as many questions out of this as possible. Oh yeah, like we can get plenty of questions about that. But yeah, feel free to, if anyone has better questions, then yeah, feel free to ask, folks. If not, I'll do it all. Yeah. But whatever questions we stop, like whenever I finish doing this, might just only have a few in for now, but there'll be way more. I'm not gonna aim to get absolutely loads in. We don't want the same ones coming up. Also, I'm gonna go here a sec, because we are doing a sort of world building stream today, which means we can post in here. This is the World Anvil Discord, which is the tool we use to create our lore Bible. It's really cool. Oh, did I? I think I need to put the thingamajig in front, don't I? Big photo of me. Okay. Okay, oh yes. yeah, there's an obvious question I haven't even put up. Ooh, typo. Okay. Eventually we'll figure out the name of X. I'm sure we will. We still need to think of the name of the whole entire world as well, because we don't have an overall name just yet for the world, which it will obviously have one. It's not going to be nameless. And also the name of the first episode as well, because I think it'd be pretty cool for them to have like a subtitle, like Raindrop Chronicles with a subtitle, rather than just Raindrop Chronicles episode 1. But it'll be fun to finally do that and do a little updated logo for it. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's many questions we can get through here, but honestly, I might not be thinking. Oh yeah, another one. What are you doing, guys? Hi Shen, how are you doing? It's good to see you. And Dr. Caligari, how are you doing as well? Let's catch up with chat. Hi, I'm new to Twitch, but have you seen some looking over Kung's shoulder the last years? Oh, you've been looking over Kung's shoulder the last years? Is that what you mean, Doctor? Kung's awesome. We love Kung, don't we, guys? And what are we doing? Shen, we're working on some questions for a trivia thing that's going to be a command on our bot. It'll pull a random question from this text file here if I did the trivia command, and it's going to just be a little extra thing that I'll do now and again in Stream for Funsies. And the answer to the trivia, every single answer is somewhere in this lore Bible, and we're starting really easy with easy questions right now, so it's a way for us to get to become lore geeks about Raindrop Chronicles, and anybody that does well and is top of the leaderboard at the end of the month will get a Discord role showing that off. Thank you, Rose. You're welcome, Kung. And David says, what about Pordney? What's that? Am I dumb? Because is that something I'm gonna define that now and figure out what that is. Oh, it's Raindrop backwards. Oh my goodness. You know, that's really funny because the second I put it in, it actually says that. It's Raindrop backwards. I would never have known. That's awesome. I meant as a name for the world. Oh, you were answering that question. I get it. Yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. What we'll do, we'll gather everyone's ideas. So, any names you guys have said, and we'll put up a poll at some point. But I feel like we should start now, you know. Like, so from now on, between now and whenever we do this poll, whatever name suggestions we get will be in there. So I'm going to start with Davis. And as we get a collection, once we've got at least several, it'll be time for the poll. So yeah, we got one. Got one now. Thank you, David. Yeah, that's my hubby. Oh, really? Oh, well, welcome to the stream. Thanks for hanging out and joining us today, Doctor. That's awesome. I love her too. Are you from England? I am, Shan. I'm from England indeed. You can tell, can't you, in my accent? It's not hard to hide. LOL, I kind of like X, yeah. It's a very short and sweet word, you know. We might end up keeping it that unless we can think of something really good. I meant to, yeah, and quite a nice name it is. It's very creative. Raindrop backwards, and it's good that it actually sounds good as well. And here I was just being cheeky, I know, but it's actually clever. And it's worth adding to the poll, you know. And even if it doesn't win, I think it's worth putting as a poll option because some people actually might like that idea, you know, of voting for that raindrop spelled backwards. The best ideas often come from when you are not trying right. Thanks for the welcome. Yay. I know, right? I think that's a very good and true point. Okay, so we've got a dozen questions or so here already. Guys, are they easy? I want to know if you think they're hard questions or easy. Like, would you know the answer to any of those? I wonder if, like, they're all really impossible. I'd suspect, you know, those of you that come to the streams and hang out will know a handful of those. I'm hoping. That's a cute emo, by the way, Shan. It's very cute. And we can. Oh, I've got another question we could add. Like, random ones just come to my head now and again. What item of clothing does Meryl wear? You know, that's it's a good question. And like, if you don't know the answer, guys, you have to just go on our law Bible. And you go on Meryl's profile, which is Meryl. Here's Meryl's profile. And you see what item of clothes she's wearing. So, these are easy questions, but good ones to get people looking if they don't know the game. Yeah, I agree. I think my first thought was to start off easy because, you know, there's only a few of us here. Probably myself, Van, National, maybe and Rex, and maybe a couple of others that would like be experts and know everything. But if we want more people to join in, you know, then we gotta at least make it fair and easy and have some very straightforward questions in here. And if it ends up being like popular enough, people like this enough, then we can gradually get harder over time and get a bit more challenging. But it doesn't even have, we can have a mix. We can have a mix and easy and hard questions over time. But the goal is to get hundreds of these in this text file eventually, so that we don't have questions that always repeat themselves. Big MILF energy poggers. Yeah, she's a MILF, isn't she, Meryl? She's not a mother, but you know. Okay, is there any articles we've missed here? Because our law Bible is still in its very early stages right now, so it's not like we've got absolutely tons of content and law to have questions for, but I think we can do better than what we've got. I think we can get another couple of dozen out of this, but it's just racking our heads together, I guess. Let's have a look through our profiles. Yeah, I was thinking of a question on Elvira, but, you know, what is Elvira's main trait? Racist. I mean, that can have multiple answers, you know. So we've got to have one that has a clear answer. How are you doing, Uwu Whale? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the stream. We can also use their goals as questions as well. Oops. But yeah, guys, if anyone hanging out here wants to have a peek at our Lore Bible, that's the link, guys. So I feel if we can have a goal question, we should probably... We'll get rid of the barrel. We could have loads of questions just on Carol. Now that might be a slightly tougher question. I think you would have had to have been involved in our dialogue streams to properly know that, or though it will come to light a little bit more when we get more stuff on our Lore Bible, maybe. So I'm not sure if it actually says that in here, so it might be a little bit hard. It might be a little bit mean putting that question there. You can ask, what two classes can the hero... Oh, that's a good one as well. See what I mean? You can just not think, and then there's all these possible questions that would be awesome. I think that sums it up. The two classes you can choose between. Yeah, I completely forgot about the character creator part. We haven't even had any questions about Rose yet. Suppose what is Rose's class? That's probably simple enough. I mean, we can have more, like you guys here, your character sheets, because obviously we're going to be getting those in and having them in this format, the World Bible format. So how the barrels profiles look is exactly how your profiles will look when we get them in the Lore Bible, and we can always use questions there with certain characters as well. Okay, I would remove the number from that question so you have room to shift if you decide to add more starting classes later. That's a good point as well, Dave. Rose, that girl in the first cutscene, she can't be important. I can't see the new questions on the screen. Oh yeah, let's make it bigger. There we go. Okay, guys. that how you spell monocle? Is it what fruit wears a monocle or which fruit wears a monocle? Those are easy. Yay. I thought it was. Something didn't sound like right about what, so. That's a very, very, that last question's a very, I mean, it could be mean because it's not in the Law Bible. It doesn't spell it out, which is that trope, but, I mean, is it in a profile? I don't think it is. But we've talked about it plenty on stream, about her being this certain trope that begins with a T. I don't think it's on here. So if you guys think I'm being mean and putting on questions that might be too harsh, feel free. If you think we should get rid of it. And when in doubt, just try it with another nominative noun. What person wears glasses versus which person wears glasses will tell you which sounds. Right, yeah, for sure. Something about the trees in the first, about the three in the first area. The three, which three, Kung? I'm doing a blank. I thought you said trees there. My eyes were playing up and I read three as trees. Oh, you did mean tree? Oh, sorry, the big tree. Yes, we do have a. That could be a possible question. What is in the center of Lakefall? Now this is an easy question. And the grades surrounding it. I forgot what was decided at the end. Oh yes. I mean, we haven't talked much about them because we haven't like fully fleshed out the lore of Lakefall properly, but once we do side quests it will be. But yeah, so that question now, what is in the central Lakefall, it could be both really, so yeah, so we want to make sure that the questions only have one clear answer maybe, but I don't know. Maybe just a slight reword of that one might be better, but you know, we'll see. Okay, so I'm sure we could get out even more questions. I think for now we do have a decent amount, because if we were going to do trivia thing today, we'd only probably do a couple or a few. There we go. But if anyone has any more question ideas, like specific ones or anything like that, feel free to throw them in chat. Kia, thank you so much for the host. How are you doing? Welcome. You've caught us as we're planning our trivia, so you've seen all the questions. You've had a sneak peek of what our questions are. Everyone who's in stream, who's came in stream today, has got to see all the secrets. They're all prepared for the questions to come. I feel like we could have more questions about the barrels as well. Nungi! How you doing, Nungi? It's good to see you. Just did a little mapping for my own game as I wind down. Oh, what did you map? Feel free to share it in our Discord, Kia, if you want to. Always fun to see maps and get inspired by level design and all that. I'll be looking forward to making more maps of the Everbloom Forest and the cave underneath. Because I feel like if episode 1 is going to be all Everbloom Forest, then we can definitely expand it and make it like be of a larger area. That'd be fun. Hello, I'm okay. Just about to go to beddy buys. Beddy buys. That's such a good word. Beddy buys. I haven't heard that in a while. I like it. I hope you have a good sleep, Snuggy. Thanks for stopping in before your beddy buys. Okay. Right, so I'm gonna save these guys. I think we've got a few to go on now. But I'll be adding all the time to this. Okay, so we gotta get rid of that. We gotta get rid of the title because otherwise the bot will pull out the title. So we'll get rid of the hyphens as well. Don't know why I put those there, to be honest. There we go. Ooh, I kind of want to do one soon, guys, like in a few minutes, just to test it and see how it is, and see if any of you guys get it right. And look, Dave's poll thing is there now. There we go. How do I pronounce Pordnia? Pordnia, is that it? I'm attached. I am kind of attached to that one now, but we'll see. I don't like to get attached because there might get me a few choices on the poll by the end. Okay, so the trivia is there, the text file saved. All I have to do now is do the trivia command and a random question will be pulled out. That's exciting. Who knows which one? Okay, so let's see if this works. So leaderboard. So I think it's in the banner. I think, yeah. So wait for those to enter trivia and points to be top of leaderboard. So that particular... What is that? Top 5 currency. Rex, Ashriel, Kong, Juice and Chubchicks. What even is that? Because that shouldn't be... the leaderboard should be reset, in all honesty. Because I reset it on Stream Elements yesterday. So I don't know why that's there. Okay. Right, so this is the leaderboard right now, so I think that's really what the link that should come up. But once I add people to it, the ones that win the question, you'll be in there, guys. So, top 5, why is that? It's come up when I did the leaderboard command, so I'm going to have to mess about with Stream Elements after stream and get rid of that. What is this? I know. I'm like, what? How is Stream Elements finding any currency at all? Because obviously, whatever currency is coming up there, that's separate from our Streamlabs Chatbot, where we get the raindrops. That I think is looking at the Stream Elements currency, which is a completely separate thing. But because I deleted it all and cleared the label, there shouldn't be anything there anymore. And I chose to use Stream Elements because then it doesn't interfere with our raindrops currency and that side of things. Then it's like a complete new separate leaderboard. Just a mountain area. I might post them in a bit. Yeah, please do. And this will be in the Discord. As in the role, what will be in the Discord, Van, just so I can properly answer your question. Kellis is a whole lot of money, I know, right? It's interesting, that is. Yeah, interesting. Whatever that currency's considered. Parachute to stream chat. Hi Cloud ID, it's good to see you. The trivia, or is that here? Oh, it's going to be here. It's going to be an in-stream thing. Just so everybody can be included. And I think one of the goals of this not only was so we can all learn about the Raindrop Chronicles lore, which is the obvious one, but the other one is so we can make chat really fun and interactive whenever we do this trivia as well. So, does one use the money in some way? Yeah, for some reason it's got dollars, hasn't it, on that currency? It's very bizarre. I don't even know where it's coming from, in all honesty. Very strange. Very, very strange indeed. Because as you can see here, it's got no data. It's completely empty because we haven't started the trivia yet. It's brand new. And, yeah. So, and hi, I'm Fee. Slams into the wall. Ouch. FI. I wonder what that word was going to be. I'm curious now. Okay, so are we going to do this? We're going to do a random trivia. I feel like it's a good time to do it. There's peeps in chat hanging out, so we've got the question. Whoever answers first. Whoever answers first, the fastest, will be the one that gets the point, guys. So, Rex coming in answering it. How you doing, Rex? It's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I did not expect you to come in with that then. Well done. Bad landing. Okay, so I think what I want to do is make more attention to the question. I wonder if there's a way to do that. But rather than it just say the question and nothing else. So we can make it look a bit more fancy and pretty. But Rex gets the point now. Okay, so this is easy. All we do is this. So now, because Rex got that right, you're on the leaderboard, Rex. Well done. So every time someone gets the trivia question correct, they get a point. And I'll be on the leaderboard, and then whoever's top by the end of the month will get a special Lore Master role in the Discord for that month. And I'm thinking of making a special channel as well, with a sort of list of who won every single month. It's something to be proud of and look back on. Okay. Yeah, I got the very first point. I feel like we should do more questions though, because, you know, there's a few of you here now, and I think there's an opportunity to do more trivia questions. But I kind of want to make it pretty, so trivia question time. Right, so if I put /me, that colours the text in, so that'll make it stand out. I think I want to make it stand out even more eventually. Thinking I will end on 0. Well, that's fine to end on 0 as well, guys. This is all optional. Like, not everybody in the stream is ever forced to participate in anything, but it's for anybody that wants to or fancies getting involved. But yeah, it's fine to end on 0, Doctor. Interesting. No, that should be it for the month, so I can win. Tossed them up into a crate. Oh, that's awesome. So guys, Kia's posted a map he's done in RPG Maker in the Discord creative work. Feel free to have a peek if you'd like. I'll be looking soon myself. But yes, I'm not sure, because we're already nearly at the end of July now, so it's like, should we count July? I feel like we should wait until the end of August, because it might be cheating to only include the last few days of this month. But it will say, we'll see how our leaderboard looks on the last day of July. We'll play it by ear. But if we feel we need to rack up the points a bit more, we'll hang on till the end of August. Hope I'll be able to keep up with the question while I work. Yeah, I'm going to like play it by ear, like this trivia business. Whenever I enter it in chat, I'll see, it'll be at however active chat is. If I feel like there's a few of us here talking, then it'll be the perfect opportunity to do it. But if like it's more quiet, I don't know. I mean, I still might put it just to get you guys chatting. We'll have to say. We'll kind of see how it goes. I did consider at one time assigning times to the stream, like do it either at the start or the end of stream. But we'll see what works best as we do it. Trivia, yeah, only I can use the trivia command, but I was nearly going to give it to all of you guys at one point, but I thought that could be a bit chaotic. We could have it coming in all the time, and then I wouldn't be able to keep up with who'd won. So yeah, for that reason I'm in control. Okay. We're going to do another question. I'll always give warning, by the way. Like, before I pop the question in chat, I'm going to give you plenty of warning. So, we're about to do another question, guys. So, get ready and answer. Who knows if we're going to get a hard or easy one come up. And those of you that... I'm going to kindly put the Law Bible in chat so you can have it there ready. For in case it's a question that you don't know the answer to. Everything is in the Law Bible, kind of, apart from 2 questions, which might be a bit mean. So I was thinking of removing them or either adding the information to the Law Bible. But there we go. Here we go, guys. Trivia question time. What is the name of Meryl's boyfriend? Radu got it. Okay, well done, guys. I feel like we can do a few, actually. We might as well do a few trivias right now because we're having fun. Woody. Woody wishes. Woody wishes, guys. So, points. Well done, Raider. You were really quick there. Raindrop Chronicles pros we've got here in this chat. So, there you go. So, as you can see, there's no room for cheating because you guys see exactly when I had a point on here. So, there we go. We got a draw now on our leaderboard. I didn't get it. I totally switched those two. Okay, guys. So, we're going to do another question now. 10, 9, 8... 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Question time. What is the name of the village where the story begins? Van won this time. You missed an L off, but I'm not going to be that mean that I'm going to be like, no, there's an L missing. I'll still count that one because you clearly were right. Rex was sort of right, but Everbloom's classed as not the village. It's classed as the region, I suppose, the forest region. But so, points, Vandalia, 1. So everyone's drawing at the moment. There we go. I think it's actually working quite well whenever we do this to do a few together. Because once there's been one question, everybody sort of wants more then. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Yay, a point. Shoots RPG. But yeah, guys, if anyone's here like hanging out in the stream and you want to learn more about the game, we got our little Bible here, so all you have to do is have a read through and you'll be surprised by what you can pick up about Raindrop Chronicles. There's not much to read in here right now. It's pretty empty, only a few articles. It'll get built up over time because we're in the very early days with the story still. So we're going to have another trivia question, folks. 10, 9, 8. Should I do a countdown when we do this? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trivia question time. Which fruit wears a monocle? Plum. My God, you guys are so fast. My goodness. That's so quick. Okay. Yay. Okay, so Van gets that point. But it'll always count those whoever speaks first in chat, so yay. I'm gonna get back to work with something. See you later. Use jetpack and fly away. Take care, Cloud. Thanks for hanging out. Hope work's treating you well. And happy Friday. Did that work? Why at that point? Did I do the command wrong? Oh, I didn't put an S at the end point. So why didn't that work? There we go. Because if it works, the stream elements bot will appear and say, otherwise it hasn't recorded it. So that's how we know. Okay, so I might do 2 more, guys. I think whenever we do this, doing like 4 or 5 in a bunch is a cool thing. So we'll do 2 more. We might get questions repeat themselves at this stage though, because we're still pretty like not got many. We've only got about 20 questions in at the moment. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trivia question time. What classes can you choose between for your hero? Warrior Hunter, yay! Van is getting it. Warrior Hunter. Oh, you were close, Rex. You were close. You were close. But yes, guys, we've got 1 more question coming up. I'm not gonna like be mean and just be like the question now. I'll give plenty of warning. I'll be like, okay, guys, we're gonna do 4 questions, or we're gonna do 5 questions, and then that'll be it until chat happens to get a bit, you know, whenever we're in the mood. So yeah, we might happen randomly. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so trivia. Oh, we got to add that point to Van. But GG Rex and Kung for being close. Yeah, another point. Yeah, Van is at the lead with 3 points there, but Van isn't running away with it just yet, guys. It's still very, very possible to catch up at this point. So, so we're going to have another one, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last question now. Did I say it's the last one? Yeah, I think I did. I think I said 5 questions, didn't I? So let's get it in. Trivia question time. Who is the first playable character you meet? Rose. Rose, you got it, Van, again. I would have got that wrong if it was me, because I would have said Carol, and then I've realised Carol's not playable. But yes, so you are right, because it says playable character, which is Rose. So you were close, Kung. What do you guys think? Should we have more questions or not? I know I says we'd stop, but I'm going to ask chat. More questions or not? Here we go. She's in front for, yeah. Even I nearly got it wrong, the question. This was fun. I feel like we should do another. I'm going to say this so that we're not going to ever stop. I'll have to be strict with myself and be like, no, we're only doing 5 questions. But why should I be strict with myself? It's fun. Maybe that should be a question. What does Carol do for the hero? What is her job? Yeah, let's add that to the text file. Let's just get it up before we begin into the next question. Let's just get it up before we Here we go. Is that what does Carol do for the hero? What is her job? There we go. It does say that in the Law Bible, so. We're making RPGs. Hi, A Postal. Apostle, welcome to the stream. Hope having a good day. Welcome. We are indeed. We are working on Law Bible stuff today, and we're also making a trivia from information on our Law Bible, so peeps can become law master. It's going to be a new Discord role for peoples every month. The leaderboard will reset at the end of every month, and so it gives peeps a chance to take over. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Okay, guys, so we're going to do another one. Okay. It can get a little bit addictive once you start, so I say that's it, last question, then I end up doing another one. Okay, so right, 10 seconds and we're going to get the trivia in, guys. So but it really all depends on who's hanging out in stream when we do it, really, because you guys have the advantage, I guess. Okay, so ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Trivia question time. What classes can you choose between for your hero? We've had this one again, but this is what I mean. We might get questions repeat themselves. Hunter and Warrior Raid, you got it that time. Okay, it was close though. You guys are close. So at the moment, while the trivia's in its early sort of phases, we might definitely get questions repeat themselves because we don't have much on there. But as it builds up, that's less likely to happen. Well done, Raidu. So you're just following Van slightly behind right now. Okay, guys, so we're going to do another one. Should we do 10? Should we do 10 questions? And that'll be it. I think rounding up to 10 will be a nice number. So we've done 7 so far, so 3 more. That'll be it then. That'll be it then. Until maybe whenever we feel like doing it again. Sorry, I got a phone call. Yeah, well, no worries. It's all going to depend on who's hanging around when we do this, really. So that definitely puts people at an advantage who are active in the stream. But it's still super fun, I think. Even so, and the people that are active should, I suppose, get rewarded for that and get a nice Discord role. Oh, he's coming to get me. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna only 100% just 3 more questions now, so that we can round it up to 10, because if we have any more than that, it'll be messy. 10's a nice number. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the name of the village where the story begins? We had this one, didn't we? Lake Four. This is fun. This is even more fun than I thought it would be. Okay. Radio is fast with typing, my goodness. This time I got that L and you did. The problem is an extra L means it takes longer to type. So that's the only thing, isn't it, guys? But it's the leaderboard's narrowing now. You know, Van's not a clear winner at this point. To be honest, I don't think anybody's a clear winner unless they're like 20 points in front or something. Even if you're like just a few points behind, it means nothing, because you know, we might do 10 questions in one go at some point, and you know, the winner might not be active in chat at the time. So, and okay, so on my screen I did get first, but maybe I didn't. Oh really? Okay, so well, really, whatever's on the chat, we'll count it as what's on the chat, okay, guys, on the stream. I feel like that's a fair thing, because who knows, maybe people's chats end up different. And on my end, it is Raido, and that means it probably was on here. So, but we can always look back at the VOD just to make sure. Because it's got scroll past now. So let's just have a look, but I'll always make sure we check that from now on. Because we got to be fair about this, haven't we? And I didn't consider that people's chats might be different, but if we go by that one thing, then we can't fail then. So I'm just having a quick peek at the VOD. We're going to get double rows on the screen now. Okay, so yeah, Radu got it. There we go then. That's a silly chat, isn't it, that it does that? Okay. Sorry, I'm watching on the phone. Yeah, my screen is different, but I'm not worried about it. I know there is lag here and there. Yes. Okay, guys, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is in the center of Lakefall? What is in the center of Lakefall, guys? A tree! Kung got a point! Yay! Okay, well done, Kung. A tree with a face! Yes. I like how descriptive Van and Rex were being as well. But don't worry, we good with tree with that. So, but mine is more accurate. Yeah, Van and Rex were accurate for sure. But I've thought about rewording that question. That was a bit of a funny question because it could be the graves. It's very, you know, so we might need to just clarify it a little bit more. Is that the answer to that one? Or the wording of that one, should I say? Okay, so points, Kung. Oops. I need to actually put the number. Hee. So we got 4 of you on the leaderboard now. Kung and Rex are drawing now. So this is fun, guys. This is a lot of fun. I wonder who's going to be our first ever lore master of the stream. But yeah, I'm thinking we should wait until the end of August because it'll be a bit unfair someone being the first lore master after just 1 week if we just count a little tiny portion of July. Good question. Okay, so we'll have 1. This is 100% the last question now because then we'll have done 10 and it feels like 10 is a nice amount. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trivia question time. What are the fruits in when you first meet them? A basket, a painting, oh my goodness, without the E. Van got that point then, well done Van. well tried Kung though, it's pretty close. Points. There we go. And this is fun because we learn as we hang out doing this. We might realise things about the game that we didn't know from whatever the answers are. So that's how our leaderboard stands currently, guys. Thanks for participating. It was fun with us bunch. So we'll have another go whenever we feel in the mood to do it. Whenever there's a few of us hanging out, I might be like, yeah, let's do some more trivia. We'll play it by ear and see how it goes. I guess I've been too much of a lurk for a while. No worries at all. I mean, this is all very much an optional thing, and people who want to get a little bit of a reward for being a lore nerd, I guess, with the special Discord role. But it's still super fun having you guys take part. So Lil Runas, thank you very much for that follow. Welcome to the stream. It's a super fun game. Yeah, I like adding this sort of thing to the stream because it allows us to interact together and bond, if you know what I mean. It's not just me doing dev and talking about that, you know. It gives an opportunity for us to gather and have some fun, and I think that could be really cool for the stream. For a number of reasons it's cool for the stream. I've had fun anyway. So the rest of the stream might as well add a bit more stuff to our lore Bible, considering we're here now and we're on it. I think it's definitely something that's we need to do. Add a few more profiles to the lore Bible aside from the game dev stuff. We'll be revisiting the game dev stuff again next week though. Okay, so I'm thinking of doing the fruits because they're very important characters that we've got little on so far when it comes to the profiles. But you know, the community characters getting their profiles on is equally important, so, and that could be a very handy job done to have everything moved there, because once all the community characters are on the lore Bible, I can remove that section from the website then and add a bit something different to the website I've got in mind, either testimonials, a features section, a credit section, or something like that. Yeah, let's do the community characters. We do need to do the fruits and Fiona and Nigel Bookington, but we can do those after. So we'll do everybody in order on this list, I think. Now, it should be pretty straightforward to do this. All we need to do is open the PSD file of the character sheet, and it's not flattened. All the text is there on the PSD file, I believe. Better be anyway. If not, I'll have to go into the Google Forms and copy and paste the text that way. Eventually my character will be on that list. It will indeed. It will. Okay, so have I got Photoshop open right now? I think I have. So I'm gonna just see where I put these PSD files. They're in a particular folder somewhere. New character sheets, I think would be there. Yeah, I think I do have the PSDs. I have the PSDs of the new character sheets we did anyway. Yeah, it's looking like because they were done on graphic scale, the old ones, and yeah, graphic scale doesn't save text as a sort of text element. It just sort of flattens it. So yeah, we gotta write it all out. Keyboard ASMR time it is then. I mean, it's all there, so it's not gonna be hard work. It's just about typing. Okay, keyboard ASMR stream then. Okay, so there should be. I'm gonna log in on my World Anvil profile, so you can see the inside of World Anvil now on this stream, guys, because we're gonna log in and we're gonna I don't think there's any secret information here. I think we're all good. So I can't wait to see the portrait of your character. I know it's going to be, I think it's going to really be useful just having all the profiles on the Lore Bible, and that's why I think now is a good time to start doing that. And I'm not going to get them all up at once either this weekend, by the way, but I thought I'd make a start on it. Because I still need to prioritise the game development side of things, and I've got a lot of off-stream work to do regarding that this weekend. But it'll be super fun to see the profiles all on here eventually. Okay, so articles and categories. So this is where every single article is. Can we copy profile, because then we can just use the template of one of them. I'm still learning my way around World Anvil, but it is very good. It's a very cool thing. I'm not sure if I can copy and paste. Maybe there is a way, but I just don't know if there is. Yeah, to be honest, it's pretty easy. I've got to just go into the source and just copy this text, I guess, and then it's there. So this is Carol's profile, guys. Righty-ho. I've already forgot how to create an article now. I think just create, I think, yeah. So I think it's classed as character. Is it classed as character? Because there's different categories of all the articles you can do. These are what they look like. And I can't remember if I just had a generic article or an actual character one. Because the layout of the articles are all very different based on the article type. Yeah, I think I did use character. Here we go then. So I'm going to just literally copy Carol's, and we're going to delete the community ideas and thoughts section because that's all Carol's, but we can always add some community ideas and thoughts for Rose. When I look through our Word doc and say, hi Kindle, how you doing? It's good to see you. How are you today? How's your week treated you? I need to work on that a bit more, make the other emotions. I have the first face ready, yay. Well, that's good that there's a first face, because for your profile, all we need is like your default avatar anyway. But yeah, it'll be cool, because Carol and the characters like that have a like variety of expression. I mean, Carol's only got 3 expressions so far, but I kind of wanted to have lots over time to really show off that Sunday personality. Okay, so we're doing Rose's profile now, guys. That is who we're doing first. We're going to do them in order. So we're going to go through our list here, our Discord list. And I mean, in this stream we might not get very far, but we'll say. So Rose, and we got Carol's information in here right now, so we've got to just change it to all Roses. It's a lot easier doing it this way than it was on the Photoshop character sheet though. And I think all this info down here I haven't actually filled in, but that's all extra stuff that you can choose to fill in on the World Anvil Lore Bible if you wish. There's a lot there. There's even an alignments sections and things that you can have, but it's sometimes easier to just fill in all that info in the entire text box here, I find. You're doing quite a few. Looking forward to seeing yours. I will have 15 for each. May get another 8. 15 plus base. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, can't go wrong. The more the better, really, because then your character's more expressive. I mean, some characters are stoic and they probably wouldn't have many expressions, which is fine as well. But for characters like Carol the Barrel, there's, you know, an opportunity to have some really cool, angry and funny faces with her. Okay, so so where were we? I'm gonna put Rose's character sheet on my other monitor so I can easily see it and get it typed out fast, because unfortunately, like we said, I don't have the text with me for Rose or any of the first characters we did, only the later characters from Dava and after that we did. So we got to replace that with Rose's sprite sheet as well. Right, so Carol actually didn't have like a long bio section, so that means we've got an extra bit to fill in. So actually I don't think it's probably a good idea to work from that. It's probably easier to work within the text file, isn't it, folks? Well, the HTML area, should I say. Okay, because it can kind of mess up a bit when you do it in the visual version. I'm excited about all your characters. They're all cool, and even though we won't get to see lots of them until later and future episodes, it's still fun having you walking across the side of the screen so we can appreciate your characters for the time being. Okay, can you guys see what I'm writing? Is it big enough? I think it is, isn't it? I'm gonna get rid of that so we don't get confused, because this is all Carol's info. The good thing about this now, the main reason it's hard work switching it all over, obviously, because we got to copy it all what we've already done over here, but I think in the long run it'll pay off, because having it on here makes it way more easily editable to change and add new information if we ever have to, if ever anything clashes or needs fixing. Where when it's on an image file, you know, it's very hard to edit and update like that. So this is just way easier. Had surgery on Wednesday. Oh my goodness, how are you feeling? I hope you're not like in pain or anything like that. How are you feeling, Kindle? Do you send you all my hugs? You adding new character profiles to World Builder now? Yeah, so we were adding the community characters first. I was going to do the fruits, but then I thought, you know, it's probably a good idea to get all the community ones in and then do the fruits and any of the like full NPCs after that. But it's going to take time, of course, because especially the profiles I don't have the text parts of to copy and paste, because I have to manually write them out, but it's fine. You got to have patience if you're doing this sort of project and be willing to put in the hard extra work if necessary. Okay, so I used to be a farmer until, so if anyone wants to see what I'm actually writing in right now, it's the character sheets are on the Discord, so we're going to go through them all in order. I'm probably going to add the images at the end though, so we can get all the text bit done first. So I used to be a farmer until one night I woke up and discovered I was turned into a vampire through sword. I should put a tag on this stream saying ASMR. It's not the best ASMR ever, but it's, some people think keyboards are. Keyboard ASMR. Turning around half you sorcery. It'll be easier to get the newer character profiles up because I can just copy and paste them. I've got the BSD files for Dava, Fantasia, and all that group of characters I did in one go about a month ago. They're all theirs. But it's just these older ones I don't have the text files for. So Rose has like sucked the blood out of her farm animals. So maybe she should be equipped with cow's blood or something, or an animal kind of blood at the start of the game. Because she uses blood as a weapon. She's a bit unique in that she doesn't have a physical weapon. But it'll work the same as a physical weapon. You don't actually see it like you would an axe. Recovery has been good. I'm not in much pain. I just can't lift or move my arms much. I've been having to get up and out of chairs by using my abs, back and legs only. That's been tough. Oh no. Well, I'm glad that it's not too painful, but how long's your recovery time? Have they said how long it'll take? The website didn't save the responses in text format. Well, it's more that I didn't save the graphic scale and PSD files so that I could easily copy and paste the text. It's not really my fault because graphic scale, the way that the software is to make the character sheets, because that's the software we used to do the character sheets originally, it doesn't it kind of flattens the text, if that makes sense, once the text is being put on there. So it's impossible to just copy and paste it. And I suppose I can go into the Google Forms directly and copy and paste it there, but some of it was like sort of altered for a first person wording. So it would really not really pay off to do that anyway, because I'd have to still change it. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome to stream. Hope you're having a good Friday. For the first 2 weeks, I can't raise my arms above my head or lift anything above £10. And the next 4 weeks, I can't lift anything above £25. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I probably couldn't do that, even me being as I'm now, because I'm weak. I've got weak arms. I can't even push doors, I'm not kidding. I need to start working out. I really do. So it takes around 6 weeks to recover before I'm able to be active again. Yeah, I suppose it's at least we're in lockdown right now, or, you know, with this pandemic. So it's probably an okay time to be stuck in and not doing much, but it still sucks, I bet. But I hope it goes by fast. I hope. What are you doing to preoccupy yourself? Anything fun? Okay. Some people have super short profiles, so it won't be as much to type, but my character has a bit. Okay, so that bit's done. Now, what is the biggest flaw? Rose's biggest flaw is that she's naive about the world. Her biggest fear is that she can't speak any words. Yeah, so this is clear about Rose. I mean, someone asked the question in chat the other day, which I thought was interesting. There was like, so what are Rose's intentions? Like, does she want to sort of get on the good side of people, or has she got an agenda? Is she like plotting secretly? And my answer was, we don't know. I mean, judging by her profile, it's the first one. Rose wants to be sort of validated, and she wants to form deep connections with people. So in that regard, she's probably a bit of a people please, maybe. She's probably pretty innocent and not really up to any good. She's probably has very good intentions and wouldn't be tricking people or doing bad things behind people's backs. But you never know. We still could get on the wrong side of her and she might not appreciate you. My work actually opened the week before surgery. So I went to work for a week and then had to get time off for surgery only for 2 weeks, then go back to work while still recovering. Oh, is it all right working though while all that's going on? Some workplaces can be butt faces, can't they? And not. I mean, my nan recently passed away, and my auntie, who was super close to her, is being forced to go to work, and even though she's like really struggling at the moment, it's crazy. Some workplaces are mean, but sometimes, you know, as long as you're okay. I also fear others won't trust me and assume I will kill them. I mean, I like Rose being a nice, innocent character who just wants to be understood. But I totally wouldn't be against her doing something bad if she needed to for a character arc sort of thing. But we don't know what's ahead for these characters. That's what's fun, because we can spend months chatting and speculating about ideas, and that's what's really one really cool thing about this project. I have a cheese and wine night tonight, by the way. That's what my dinner is, cheese and wine. Cheese on crackers and wine and loads of snacks. It's my favourite thing. And what is your deepest, darkest secret? So that one wasn't there for Carol, so we have to put it there. That must mean Carol hasn't got a deepest, darkest secret. I mean, I don't know if this is much of a secret, really. Well, I suppose it could be. Maybe there's other secrets she could have eventually, but I just haven't thought of any right now. Yeah, so sapient, that word used to be sentient, but I changed it to sapient because sentient could mean animals as well, you know. But I think sapient's a bit different. That means I'm gonna have to define it, but let me define it now, because someone in chat actually suggested that word at one point, because I was like, sentient isn't the right word for this. Because sentient means able to perceive or feel things, and yes, even animals can have that, and that's what Rose is. She's very animal-like, feral. But sapient's different. That is sapient means wise or attempting to appear wise, intelligent. Like, it's like a human is, for example, and an animal isn't. So I think that definitely is the better word for Rose than sentient, because that's how she's misunderstood. People don't see her as a human. They see her as an animal, but she's not an animal. She understands. But people just dismiss that fact and treat her as an animal. Sapient implies having wisdom. Yeah, I think it's the perfect word, because yeah, that profile originally did have sentient on it, and it just wasn't the right word at all. So yeah, that sums it up perfectly. And hope your recovery goes well. Yeah, I hope it does, Kindled. Everybody wish Kindled the best and give lots of hugs. Thanks, I'll do my best. Yeah, let us know how you get on as well, and when you start to feel a little bit better as well. I'll be thinking about you. Okay, so I think that's it. So anything else? I don't think we need that one for Rose. That was just for Carol. So now we got to fill in the traits, emotional, disposition, etc. So angry was Carol. What's in here right now is all what Carol's was. So we're replacing it with Rose's. Curious, optimistic, honest, controlled. So she's very different to Carol. We're replacing literally all of them to the opposite one. The only thing her and Carol have in common is that they're both honest in integrity. Oh, they're both rebellious as well. Okay, so that's all in. Now, where was the section where I write their goal? This little tool, guys, is fabulous. Honestly, if you were into D&D, like if you do world building in any shape or form, whether it's D&D, an RPG game, a novel, this is the thing to use to keep sort of record of your stuff, your characters and your world. But yeah, there's a lot in here, so it can try to sort of get used to where you have to look. But I don't think any of this is filled in all honesty, but there's one section that is, I think, the goal section, so I don't know where that is. Could it be? Oh, here it is. It's under the section, and that's got Carol's avatar as well. So Rosie's goal is obviously not the same as Carol's. Hers is to belong somewhere. And these, like, I'm not going to be rigid, guys. If your character's goal ever changes, like, because we do this story, if things happen in the game or the world and you want to mould your character a bit differently to fit the world we're creating, or, you know, you have a change of heart, you know, you can do that as long as they're not already in the game. If they haven't been introduced yet, you can be flexible in altering them a touch. The only time that it would be too late to change them completely is if their character's already very integrated in the game and we've already released the episode and stuff, do you know what I mean? But in the meantime, if your character's one that it hasn't joined the game, they can be altered. And it's easy enough to do it on this World Anvil thing, because it's way easier than it was on the images. Way easier. And I will be now taking the dog and kids out. We'll be trying to find the baby ducks we saw the other day and feed them. So nice to see you guys in person and not just lurking and looking over cute. Yeah, thanks so much for stopping by, and Kung. Appreciate you bringing your hubby into the stream. Unless, of course, he came off his own bat. But it's lovely to meet you. And, yeah, have an awesome weekend. I hope you guys both have an awesome weekend. So to belong somewhere is Rosie's gone, and we've still got Carol's face there right now, so we will have to replace Carol's avatars with Rose's, but I don't know how time consuming it will be to make the images. I'll have to see, because I might want to get all the text in for everybody first. Oh, we've got this section to do as well. I don't think the character profiles had that section originally, but I thought it'd be a nice little touch to add. So I think it's just directly under, yeah, so sidebar content panel top, yeah, it's in there. So species kind, human. Because, again, I'll mention again, Rose is a human, not a vampire. Like, she is a vampire, obviously, but vampires in our game aren't classed as a race or a species. They are just something that someone gains, not from birth, or becomes from birth, but is turned into. And that any race can become a vampire, you know. Rose just happens to be a human vampire, but who knows, there could be reptile vampires, there could be cat vampires, there could be barrel vampire. Imagine a barrel vampire, like, is that even possible when they're made out of wood? It is very interesting to consider. And thank you for that follow as well, Doctor. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. She's female. Her eye colour is blue, like mine. Because Rose is moulded after me, and her hair, complexion is pale, is it? Pallid? I can't remember what I called the complexions, what the proper term was for them now. I'd have to look on the actual Google form, but I'll put in pallid for now. Place of birth? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Because we don't know. We know she was a farm girl, and there's been rumours of Rose being from the farm where Carol's wagon and her family, the hijacking happened, considering Rose was wondering about that area in that flashback. Very likely Rose was from that area, to be honest, but we don't know the name of that farm yet. I feel like that would be the next region we go to after the Everbloom Forest, to find out more about Rose's history as well, and to meet more characters too. Thanks for coming, Rose. See you around. Yeah, see you around. A fab weekend. I think we should add hair colour to this as well. We didn't have hair colour on Carol's because she's a barrel that is hairless. So we will for the characters that do have hair. So her hair's dark brown. There we go. I think that is everything, and I don't think there's anything else to do. So we'll untick draft and publish it. Oh my goodness, it's published. Is it on the Law Bible now? Do we have to link this up anywhere? Let's look in the articles section. Right, so it's in the main characters section. Yeah, so we do have to add it to... I'm trying to remember where we do that, because it's pretty... You know, this Word Anvil, there's a lot of info here, which is awesome, because there's so much to fill in and do, but sometimes finding your way around it can take a bit of time. So it's in navigation. Yeah, it's navigation, I think. So we click on navigation, make a choice, and what was it under? Main characters. Now, it would be playable characters. Playable heroes, that's correct. And we got 2 playable heroes, because that is for episode 1 playable heroes, and the other one's for episode 2 and above, 2 and beyond. So if we say this now and we have a look, I think Rosie's profile will be there, guys. How do we... Yeah, this is how we view it. Birth as in brought to life, or life, or both as in vampire bitten. Yeah, well, they're not born as vampires through the womb, like as a species, is mainly what I mean. But they turn into a vampire if, you know, I'm not sure about bitten. I mean, you'd think maybe so, but so far, in terms of vampire lore, the only thing we do know is that they can be turned into vampires through spells. That's how Rose was turned into one. But bitten makes sense, so who knows, that could be another way people turn as well. Hey, thank you so much for joining the stream. Welcome. Hope you're having a good Friday. Hey, thank you so much for joining the stream. Welcome. Okay, so I don't think it's there yet. If we go in the articles and categories, Rose person in playable heroes. Did we accidentally do... Yeah, we accidentally put her in the episode 2, 3 and 4 plus. So we got to just... We accidentally put We've accidentally clicked on Oliver. So that one should be the right one. I think you might have heard double Rose then, guys, because there's an embed here on the stream, and the sound was on, so I've muted it now though. So I hope it wasn't too distracting. And if anyone wants to look, I'll give you guys the Law Bible link again. If anyone wants to have a peek at Rosie's profile or all these other profiles as we do them. So we have now added Rose to the playable hero section of episode 1. And we've got Carol's stuff in right now, so we've got to replace that with Rose, of course. I'm going to eventually get some community ideas and thoughts in here about each of the characters that, you know, we've had thoughts about as well, so we can see those. Okay, so I'm trying to think, because with the images, I'm obviously going to have to actually go in Photoshop and get those images. I think the avatar's easy enough to get because that is actually saved somewhere, so trying to remember how images work in World Anvil now because it's been a few weeks. Okay, so there's an image number because I believe there's an image section, that's why. There's a file manager. Here's our file manager. So we have to bring in the images from here. So hi Connie, welcome to stream. Is Chat Mapper worth buying a license for? How do you like it? I'm not sure if I've used that one. I might have, but I'm not 100% sure. I do have I am like subscribed to the World Anvil. Oops, I apologise about hitting my desk there. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm still trying to find my way around the program, and I really like it though, and I think there was a few features that were really good. But even on the basic free version, it's still really impressive what you can do and the amount of features that are there, in my opinion. Andy Cake, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good day, Andy Cake. How are things for you? Thanks for stopping by. So now I need to remember where I did put these avatars, because there's so many files and folders I have. So I think it might be under my website things actually. I might, because the images are going to take a bit of messing about, because we've got to find the folders and get them all uploaded in the file manager. That's the time consuming bit. I'm going to leave that for now and just have no image just for now. So I'll delete Carol's. Will that break it? So I'm just going to get rid of the image number, and then eventually when I've uploaded them to the file manager, I can put Rose's image numbers in there then. So Carol should be gone now. Yes. So we've got Rose's profile up without images. Awesome. Everything's in there as it should be. Everything on a character sheet that's on this particular image right here should be there now. So we've got the bio. I used to be a farmer and the damage is irreversible. Yeah, that's the in. Oh, something we need to add to the playable character section here. Class. Because obviously that wouldn't have been on Carol's because she's not a playable character. But we need to add it to Rose's. So I realised we haven't got vampire anywhere. So we can put that under species / kind. And I've got kind there because barrel isn't actually a species, it's a kind, I suppose. That's great, thank you. I'm making a story heavy game as well. Oh really, that's super cool. Love to meet people doing similar things to what I'm doing. But yeah, World Anvil's really good for keeping track of things, and because this is a community game, it helps the community keep on track as well. So it was perfect for what I'm doing. But what's your game about? Feel free to tell us if you wish. Feel free to tell us about it. It's okay, I had some time off from work, so I had my first week. Ooh, well that's nice. It's nice to have some time off now and again. And did you watch the Xbox thing the other day? Because I know that you were interested in seeing that. I remember you mentioning. A few people on my Twitter mentioned it. People are excited about that, the new Fable specifically. So class vampire. So now it should be updated with that. So human vampire. Let's have a look, make sure everything's on the sheet. Right, we might want to put her full name rather than just Rose, because she is actually Rose Rainblood. Because I've kind of just got their first names here, which keeps things a little bit more concise. So maybe we could do it as. Oh, there's another thing we need to put as well. One sec, guys, because there's loads of info that I'm realising now need to go in. So we can put full name here or something. Yeah, just above gender maybe. And I've also got to put the community member that submitted this character too, which is me, of course. There needs to be a section for that. So this way, if we have a section saying full name, we don't have to put their full name at the top. We can just keep that. We can keep it more shorter and sweeter then. Because some characters have very, very long names or titles, you see, and it's not like in their character box in battle or anything they'll have a full thing like that. They'll just have their first name. New Fable, yeah, Halo Infinite. I'd give it a 7 out of 10 as they showed the demo though. Oh, it's Halo that you're excited about then? Yeah, I saw a few talking about that one as well. But yeah, there is a new Fable, and I'd love to play that one because I like Fable. I only played the second Fable, but I did like it. But is it going to be on PC or is it exclusive to Xbox? I'm not even sure. Okay, so we've got full name in. Right, so I'm trying to think of a good section to put the community member that submitted it. Maybe here just above the bio. Yes, so we can do... Submitted by, is this how we word it on Discord? Yeah, we've got submitted by and then who it is. So, submitted by me, this character was. So let's see how that looks now, because that's important to have on our profiles. Of course, we actually know who in the community's character they are. Yeah, I don't know if I liked the underline look actually, because we don't have that anywhere else. So instead of that, we'll bold it. Hi Matt, how are you doing? It's good to see you. How are you today? Hope you're having a great Friday. I'm keeping things quite secret at the moment by making a game about topics that are typically taboo, like dysfunctional relationships, for instance. I'm very inspired by games like Firewatch. That sounds really fantastic. Firewatch is a game I've always wanted to play but never got around to. But someone I know recommended it to me, who I know has very good taste in things. So it's definitely always been on my list of stuff to have a go at. But yeah, understand keeping it a secret for sure. That's also very wise. But if you ever reveal or want to reveal, I'd definitely be all ears to find out more about your project, Connie. Sounds lots of fun. Thank you for that follow as well, Transfiguration Rabbit. I appreciate that. I like your name, Rabbit. I'll call you Rabbit. It's easier to say. How you doing? Welcome. How are you having a good day? I wonder what the new Fable would be like. I own the others, but have only played them a little. Yeah, Fable is one of those like fantasy games I want to play. Like, I want to give the series a go because I think it would be very good inspiration for Raindrop Chronicles, being as it's also a fantasy RPG. Fable had like a sort of moral system that we're doing as well, but it'd be interesting for me to play that to see how that game dealt with certain things, because I've only ever heard good things about Fable games. Firewatch is really nice. Oh, you've played it, Kindled? Yes, I've been a proud Halo fan since like 7. Are you a pro at Halo, Andy Cake? Would you be good at killing people? Shooting people. I played Halo 3 a little bit back in the day, but I was always really bad at the multiplayer. I was always the person with the least kills because I'm terrible at FPS. I'm so bad at it. But it was fun. It was fun to lose. I've never heard of this game. Is this one just a generic fantasy game? Oh yeah, you wouldn't have heard of this because this is a very, very... Well, we're very indie, aren't we, I guess? We're not AAA or anything in this stream. So we like making a fantasy RPG 2D one. Very much inspired by fantasy games of the old. Like Chrono Trigger, the early Final Fantasy games. Visually, it looks like that anyway. Yeah, we want to create something that's very story driven and has consequences and just an interesting cast of characters, really. D&D. We're inspired by D&D for sure. D&D has been very... Like, because I'm in a D&D campaign at the moment, and I think the way that we treat this project community-wise, that we sort of write it as we go along, is very similar to the sort of D&D style of campaigns. So it's very fun. It will be on PC as well. I think Fable is available on Steam. That's great, because I'm not buying an Xbox just for Fable. So that is great to hear. I'm glad that it's not going to just be exclusive to Xbox. Have you guys played Mass Effect? Kung, Mass Effect is one of my favourite games of all time. Well, the whole trilogy. It's up there in my top 5 games of all time. Specifically the second one, but I was generally a fan of the whole trilogy. Just very immersive game. Amazing world building, amazing setting and characters. I recommend it to anybody who gets enjoyment out of a good world building and a good story. You don't even have to be a sci-fi fan. You know, if you appreciate a good world and a good characters cast, you'll enjoy Mass Effect. I cannot recommend it enough. I know Fable 2 is amazing. Remember those gargoyles you hunt for treasures? I can't actually. I mean, it was so long ago. It was like 2010 when I played Fable 2 that I have very faded memories of the game now. But I just remember it being a lot of fun. And I want to replay it for sure. Because it was fun. I've been told I sound like someone in Fable. That my accent sounds like I could be in a Fable game, apparently. That's kind of a compliment, if so. Warhammer Risk. I guess so. Our game will have its, you know, we got our inspirations, but it will have its fun, unique qualities too. Like, we're going to make the best romance system ever, guys. That's one thing we're going to do. Sounds a bit ambitious, but I'm going to try and give it a good shot. You know, do something different with that romance system that other games haven't pulled off. And I appreciate the videos that you put into the Discord that guys kindled and others that about the romance systems in games, because they're going to really be helpful. I prefer the campaign. There's tons of lore and great story. Awesome, Andy. That's how I prefer things as well. I like a good story over multiplayer. That's just me. Everybody's different, and I respect that. Some people are more multiplayer sort of gamers, but I'm definitely a single player one because I love my lore and stories. Is it? I just started playing the first one. I did enjoy the start. Oh, you've just started, Kung? Yeah. I just personally really love Mass Effect. It just ticked my boxes. Overall, it's quite a popular franchise that most people have enjoyed. I've never met anyone that has been like, oh, I absolutely despise Mass Effect. No one's ever said that. But yeah, female shepherd, you know, she's the one. She's the one who makes that game lots of fun. Have you heard of Board Game Arena? I haven't, no. Is it good? It's an online board game platform. You could play with us real time, us chat. That sounds interesting. I'll look into that one. Always good to learn about new websites. Do you know Halo Reach is the first one, right? Halo Reach is the first? I thought Halo Reach came after 3. Can't even, I'm no Halo pro, so I'm not sure. I can see why, Rose. Also, Rabbit, if I'm late replying to chat, don't worry, I'll get to you eventually. Sometimes I can be a bit slow at responding, but I don't mind you copying and pasting if I have missed it. Okay, so I can really see why, Rose. Okay, so back to where we were. So is there anything else that needs to go in here? I think we've got everything in, haven't we? So we've got the emotional disposition part, etc. We've got that, but we've got the bio. Yay! Okay, so we haven't got the images yet, we haven't got the avatar or the sprites, but that I'm going to add those later. I think it'll be cool to just get some profiles quickly typed up. without interruptions. So who's the next one on our list? Yeah, we'll do it all in order. I think it only makes sense. I mean, right now, Rose is the only playable character in episode 1, apart from the hero, of course. We don't know who out of this bunch is going to join us as playable characters in episode 1 just yet. Big question mark over that. So I would normally prioritise the ones that will be in episode 1 first and do their profiles first, but as we don't know yet, we're going to just do them in order, and we'll put them in the episode 2 and after section until we know who will be joining, and then that'll be switched to episode 1 in the Lol Bible, because we have it's split. So characters, yeah, we got an episode 1 section and an episode 2, 3 and 4 section. Halo CE is the first one, but Reach is before CE, though it doesn't matter. Oh, so you mean story wise it comes first? Yeah. Okay, so new article. So it's going to be fun just reminding ourselves about some of the characters that we haven't talked about in a while. So I'm happy to be doing this today. Gives me a bit of a break from the intense game dev side. Sometimes you need to sort of clear your head a bit and get away from the game making side of things. Particularly when there's times when I've come to a stuck point and need to do some off-stream work. It can be handy to have a break and do something like this on stream. Okay, so it was Beard's character, the Swedish Beard's character, who we haven't really talked about in ages. He was like the first person to submit a character sheet, because this is all submitted in character submission order. So I obviously submitted my character sheet first, and then the rest of the guys. This is all the order. So I'm gonna pop his sheet here on my other monitor so I can copy it, write it all up. So here we are. Mordecai. He is a sorcerer, so this guy is our mage, our offensive mage character of the game. It'll be interesting to know when he'll make his appearance, because big question mark right now. At some point, we will probably have a look at all the playable characters and see which one, based on sort of backstory, class, and would fit being introduced next. So it'll all depend on factors like that. Who appears next in the story. Okay, so I'll cross Carol's off and we'll use Rose as a template. So this one is submitted by Swedish Beard, who used to hang. He was here all the time, every single stream for a year. He was lovely person, but his super always works now when I stream, which is what happens. Live happens, guys. But it's lovely to have these characters to honour you guys with. Okay, so now we'll get his bio in. Ah, Andy Cake knows Beard, don't you? Andy Cake's an old school person. Andy Cake was here back in the day, weren't you? When I was a baby Twitch streamer. Appreciate you still appreciate you not forgetting me, Andy Cake. Ooh, I love this. I mean, I just really love the lore that's just sneakily snuck in on these character sheets. Long beards. We're gonna have long beards in our game, guys. How could we not have beards in our game? An opportunity of a faction of bearded wizards? It's too good to not. So yeah, like whenever Mordecai makes his appearance, you know, it's probably going to be with a setting that fits with this Longbeards faction maybe, but who knows? It's whenever it fits. What is your... Oh, we'll carry on filling this. I will... Apprentice of Longbeards will search all the lands for the most foul of creatures. Make myself available. This guy would easily come with us and join our party because he wants to be involved in our stuff, dangerous stuff. So he'll happily join us. How long have you been following? Yeah, I wonder how long I've just been following. Since 2017, I think, because 2017, the summer of 2017 was when I started streaming and became an affiliate. Baby streamer me. We need beards. If I was a dude, I'd definitely have a beard. I know, right? I know, right? The first magic they learn is the magic of good grooming beard techniques. Hi National, how are you doing? Good to see you. We're putting some character profiles on our Lore Bible today because we thought it'd be something chill to do while I'm working on all the complex battle system stuff with the fruits off stream and getting that perfect for you guys. We also have a trivia on our stream now, guys, so if you missed that earlier, we do have a leaderboard currently, so I'm going to share the leaderboard in chat. We got the banner that sort of like tells you guys a bit about that. Why do we have that top 5 currency? Ignore that. Can I time myself out so that... Can I time myself out? I don't know if I can. Yeah, the top 5 currency thing is weird. I don't know what that is. But the leaderboard is what you want to say. But yeah, that's how things stand with our Raindrop Chronicles trivia at the moment. And I'll probably randomly do some during every stream whenever a good opportunity arises to do some trivia. When there's peeps hanging out and stuffs. Okay. Yeah, he's not even that skilled. It's all a big front with this guy. Very interesting. Ooh, he can sing as well. We need to have songs in Raindrop Chronicles. We can make our own songs, guys. Lyrics. We can write lyrics together. Like, that's only just, like, reading that has just sort of made me think, yeah, that'd be a pretty cool thing to do, make up the sort of songs of our world. Okay, so biggest flaw. Biggest fear. Flaws and fears are cool, guys, when it comes to building characters. It stops them becoming Mary Sue. Too Mary Sue-ish. Too OP. We don't want people without that. Hi Storm Raven, how you doing? It's good to see you. How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. Is anyone up to anything exciting this weekend? Well, I am not a real sorcerer. Yeah, but I do make up working spells all the time in sheer luck. Oops. They make characters more interesting, yeah. And it forces you guys to think of like something your character has as a weakness then. And like these character profiles are literally still very on the surface compared to the depth we're going to eventually go into with them. But it's always good to have something to go off, you know, and a sort of base to build from. And we've got another question here. So, anything else? Let me check something just a sec. Yeah, so we can just have it as anything else. He is charm and wit. I'm just imagining a cute, flimsy character with a death metal theme. Yeah. Oh my goodness, a death metal theme. Like a really crazy piece of music with a cute character. Yeah. The juxtaposition of something like that is always fun. I'm a fan of like subverted expectations too. So do you like it so far? Halo? Oh, you've been playing Halo as well, Kunk? I saw you was playing Mass Effect, but I didn't realise you were playing Halo too. Sometimes you just miss your face. Oh, I miss my own face. Gotta have self-love, I guess. Oh, you did mean Mass Effect? I was gonna say. Ooh. Yeah, everybody should play Mass Effect. Okay, so now it's the traits. Excited, optimistic, honest, spontaneous, reckless, open-minded, talkative, and rebellious. Okay, so that's all filled in now. But we've also got to fill in some more info because we're expanding on stuff a little bit compared to our character sheets. And just so you know, guys, in case you're curious what we're doing, if you're just popping in, eventually the plan is for the long term, the character sheets we're getting rid of for good. We won't be having image character sheets anymore. Everything is going to get put onto the lore Bible like this instead, in like this sort of format. Makes things far more easy to edit and also potentially to expand upon as well with our characters. It keeps everything together on our lore Bible that way, which is kind of the aim, to get for that to be the whole information section for people. So the goal for Mordecai is to live dangerously. That's a cool goal. Can bite him in the butt though. I have a feeling like first impressions on Mordecai, first thoughts would be that he has a nasty surprise along the way and lives to regret that goal. That's just my thoughts. There's absolutely dozens of ways that characters can be taken, and it's fun to not set anything in stone and always like be speculating until the time comes when we put things in the game for good. Okay, so we've got that goal written for him, and there was another section too that we add to the character profiles now. The name Mordecai reminds me of the good old days of CN and watching regular show. It's a good name. I definitely like the unique names. I think we've got a really good set of names here, guys. I'm really impressed with how the variety of names. Nobody's got a name that's too similar, and that's all just happens to be chance. Especially like the playable characters, it's a good idea not to have any that are too similar sounding to cause confusion. But in general, it's not. Okay. So, let's fill in his info. He is a human. And his class is obviously not vampire, that's roses. Sorcerer. Full name is Mordecai Dragonshard. He is a boy. A boy. Well, a man, I guess. If he's got a beard like that. Hair colour, I suppose it's black. If his beard's black, then he's gonna have a black beard. Well, black hair. Eye colour, one blue eye, one yellow eye. And his complexion, I think it's a normal complexion. Let me just go on the Raindrop RPG website to see what I call the complexions, because pallid, fair, flushed, medium. Yeah, medium is what he is. Because we have like, I like to stick to the proper terms really for consistency. And you know, place of birth, we don't know either. A lot of the character profiles are going to have question marks as the place of births for now, until we like build the world a bit more and think of place names and locations. But you know, a lot of the time we're only going to do the Everbloom Forest and the surrounding area that we are in, the places we're in the game currently. But sometimes lore and conversation talks about certain places a bit farther away, and in that regards other areas of the world map might be revealed to us at some point. Okay, so that is done. I think that's everything done now. So navigation though, we need to, is it playable hero? I think doing that will put him in the navigation. Let's double check. Okay, so he's not in there just yet. But we don't want to put him in the episode 1 playable hero section. We want him in the episode 2 and after, because we don't know. We only know that Rose has joined us in episode 1, and there's going to be at least 1 or 2 more who join in episode 1. But everybody's going to just go in episode 2 at 3, 4 plus for now, until we know. So for some reason, let's have a look. So if we go in the articles and categories section, Mordecai, person in playable here. Oh, it's because it's a draft. That's why. I was like, why isn't it appearing? And it's because I've kept it as a draft article. That's why. There we go, he's in there. Yeah, we don't have his pictures yet, but eventually we will. So we've done Browse and Mordecai so far, guys, and we've still got time left. I'd like to at least do another few before the end of stream. And it's going to be a slow process, because look at all these we got a lot of characters here. We got 28 characters in our game, and getting them all put on the little bubble, you know, it's a time-consuming job, and it's not something I'm prioritising off stream right now, because there's a lot of work to do with game dev off stream for me. But if we ever get like streams where I'm like, I don't know what to do today, you know, the stuff, game dev stuff is a bit, you know, requires focus, too much focus to do on stream, then we can just have a Law Bible day where we get stuff in, because it's generally easy work to do that compared to actually doing game dev. Okay, so it's Cannon's character next. Now, Cannon, guys, if you don't know, Cannon is my DM of the D&D campaign I'm currently playing every 2 Sundays, and I've got one again this Sunday actually. I'm playing as a tiefling bard with orange hair, called Sage. That's my character's name, and Cannon is the DM, and is a really good DM as well, and because it's my first ever D&D campaign, it can be quite daunting, but he's always really helpful, making sure I understand what I'm doing. Yeah, Andy Cake knows Cannon as well. Both Cannon, all these guys that filled in the earlier character sheets were people here back in the very early days when I was a baby streamer, you know. They're like my close and trusted friends, you know, because I've known them for like 3 years now. Very dear to my heart, these guys are. Okay, so let's put his character here and type him up now. Baby streaming, I know. It feels weirdly like it was absolutely forever ago, but then sometimes it feels like it was just yesterday as well. Time is very weird sometimes. Okay, so new article. Baby emoji. Kung's been here a while now, though, haven't you, thinking about it? I'm trying to think, what was I playing or doing when you found me? Was it The Sims? It might have been a Sims 4 stream, because I remember that I played a bit of that in the days before I started Raindrop Chronicles. Sims it was. See, I have a good memory, don't I? I know when you guys have met me. The one with the cool, yeah. Those were fun. It was fun times. I remember, because I stopped streaming video games because it got a bit, it felt like a bit like a chore, like, and it took the pleasure of playing games away from me streaming it. But in regards to Sims, that was one that was very fun to play. The other games, especially the single player RPGs, tended to get a little bit backseaty sometimes, and I got lost a lot. And sometimes I just enjoy turning off my lights and just sitting there in the dark and playing an RPG. That's the best way to play an RPG, I think. You really do, yeah. Okay, so next character. This is fun, like, in all honesty. Even though I'm having to type everything up in here that we've already got in characters, I'm liking being refreshed on everybody's character again. Because you forget, don't you? You forget. It's fun to remind ourselves about these characters. So this is special stream canon. Okay. Now, Canon's bio is much shorter, which is cool. Some people don't even have bios. Others have very long ones. Others have medium ones. It's all good because, you know, it's much easier on this to, you can have whatever length you want. Whereas with the images, we had to make them longer, and that could be a bit of a pain in the butt. Okay, so biggest flaw being a womanizer. My goodness. So let me think, what womanizers do we have in Raindrop Chronicles at present? Well, looking at all our characters we got in the game, I don't think there is any, is there? Woody, I suppose, but I don't, yeah, Woody is probably a bit of a womanizer. So maybe he's the only one. But Woody's a womanizer in a very silly way, you know. He's got a heart of gold, really, our Woody does. Though I meet you through AJ, I'm sure. Yeah. Probably Dark Souls or Final Fantasy. I'm trying to think of the early games I streamed. I streamed definitely Dark Souls a lot when I first started as a streamer. I'm proud. I actually beat those games though. I'm actually a good gamer. People finding out I'm a fraud. Now, I'm interested about this because this figure is vague. What? A fraud doing what? That's what I want to know. But, you know, unless canon specifies something for us, we're allowed to have freedom in what that fraud, how he could be a fraud. So, what is your deepest, darkest secret? I left my home in chaos when I left. If I ever go back, there will be... Oops. I wonder if Canon's character will be romanceable. If he's a womanizer, you'd probably only be able to be a female custom hero to romance him, but plenty of our characters in the game are going to be romanceable by multiple genders. At least 2 or more genders. Because we have non-binary as an option now too, and other as an option too, so you can even make up a whole new gender if you want. The other option will let you type something in. Okay, so anything else? I second guess every social interaction I have. So this is interesting backstory, you know. We don't know what the home is, and we don't know what happened. Very cool. He is calm, optimistic, honest, spontaneous, reckless, open-minded, talkative, rebellious. Yeah, we've already all got that filled in. He's quite similar to the Swedish Beard's character in like personality. Only difference is Beards is a long-bearded wizard and this guy is a knight. An elf knight, a joker elf as well. It's interesting having an elf that isn't like completely serious in the game. So I think that is all filled in. Now, sections part. Goal. To entertain and delight others. What a lovely goal. I wonder if he'd join in on the singing with Beard's character. Or whether he'd be more of a stand-up comedian rather than a singer. Right, so this stuff. Now, he's not a human. He's an elf. He is a knight. Great class. You got to have a knight in an RPG. Let's face it. Now, his name is Canon, this character, but we don't know his full name. So, for now, question mark there. Male, hair colour is blonde. I've always wondered, is male blonde hair with an E still? Or is it just a D without an E? Because I had the impression that the feminine word for blonde had an E and the masculine word had just was D without the E. My knowledge might be wrong. His eyes are green. And his complexion is medium as well. Looking at that. Place of birth is a question mark here as well. So, untick the draft. Navigation is playable heroes. And he should appear now. My goodness, I'm getting peckish. I'm definitely ready for my cheese and wine. Tommy just did a big massive rumble. I have such an appetite all the time. Playable heroes, yay! Oh, can we? I've just realised it's probably sensible to do this. Previous article was Mordecai. Just so we can like link them together more smartly.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you changed your stream days and missed a lurk.
Oh, Tetsu! Sorry, didn't realise you changed your stream days and missed a lurk. Oh, no worries. I have had a couple of streams off lately. The Discord important news, I'll always announce any cancelled streams or, you know, so you guys know. Because it doesn't happen often. Most of the time I like to stick to my schedule. But, you know, family emergencies or anything, or any weird things happening in life, sometimes it has to happen. Thank you so much for 31 months. That is crazy awesome amount of months to be sold to me for. Thank you so much for that support. I appreciate it. I hope our new notification alert things are coming up all right, because I missed that one. I missed it come up. I wanted to keep an eye on them because I've changed them today. We've got to do slightly different looking alerts. Yeah, the views with the most raindrops of all time. Look at you, Tatsu. Look at you. I mean, let's look at me. Raindrops. I'm still not the highest rank. I'm still not even the highest rank. It's shocking, isn't it? So you need 20k to be a Leviathan. Super cool. One day you guys will get that. I believe in you. Okay, so where were we with this character? Okay, so next, this was Mordecai, so next article would be Canon, but it's not appearing yet because we need to refresh it probably, that's why. There we go. Now, they should be there in the navigation now. So it's easier to like scroll through everybody's profiles. Okay, so here's the next character on our list. You know, it's not taking too long to get these up. I mean, it's still time consuming, but it's not really too bad considering I've been talking to you guys at the same time as doing it. So who's next? Just make sure everything's in good. Calm, optimistic, honest, spontaneous, reckless, open-minded, talkative, rebellious, and yeah, everything's good. So next on our list is Jerez's character. Jerez is my hero. El Residente. Okay. So this one is a super cool character, guys. Super unique, playable character class. Right. Diplomat. Be super cool to think of some skills for this one when the time comes. So, create character. Now we'll copy and paste cannons. Her name is Naomi. Master Chief is my hero, yeah? It's a good hero to have. Who is everyone else's hero? I think that's a good question to ask chat. So this one's submitted by Jerez. I think Jerez has changed her Twitch name now, though. I think she recently did. To Here's Joni, but we'll keep it as Jerez for now. Here's the because I can't remember exactly what the name was, but I'll look into it. So that's another good thing. If you guys ever do change your Twitch name, it would have been a pain in the butt face to change that on the character image sheet, but having the profiles on the Lore Bible instead, easy to just update. So it's an easier job for us all having them on here in the end. You're getting all the folks in there. Yay! It's going to be super fun to see the Lore Bible get more full and stuff. Super fun. Well, more questions for our trivia from it as well. Hero for what? Oh yeah, we were just talking. I was saying we were talking about heroes in chat. Video game heroes, I suppose. Andy Cakes is Master Chief. I don't even know who my video game hero is. I'll have to have a think about it. But I think it's a good question, because then we find out what sort of characters you guys like. But yeah, I can't even answer that because I can't even think of who mine is. Maybe Commander Shepard, female. Maybe, but there could be many. I don't have one, I think. Yeah, most characters, you know, are flawed. It's hard to be a hero. Okay, so as a female raised, yeah, put a note there, in a noble family that held onto the old ways, now see, she's got a super long name. Whereas Pierre watched. So she's noble, so who knows when we're going to meet her. Because we're in an enchanted forest right now, in a very tiny, humble village. It's not a place where a noble would hang out. And then we're off. The farm is the outskirts of that forest, and can't see a noble hanging out there either. But there's going to be bigger cities up ahead and fancier settings. Villains are easier. Villains are fun. Duties of leading a family. All I have ever wanted was to be recognised as worthy. It always puts the red little squiggle under if I don't use a Z for certain words, but it's the British way of spelling to use an S instead of a Z. It's big silly. How dare they? How dare they? So I've spelled it wrong. As worthy of my family's pride and admired as a leader. Leaving my house, hold after a harsh. Yeah, I could imagine Naomi being a mid-game playable character we might meet, because diplomats are it's a very unusual class as well. It's not like your classic traditional RPG class, but it's a fun one. I think has the potential to be fun. Leaving my household after a harsh argument. For the next parts, do you have assets for city tiles and caves and places? There's definitely plenty. Like, I usually save any tile sets I find in a folder and on my computer somewhere. But there's lots of variety. Mainly I stuck to the typical RPG Maker sort of style, so that there's more choice for us, because the more you try and go with your own art style, the less resources you have, and then you're kind of limited a little bit more with the world and the assets you can use. But as long as sticking to the RTP and that the normal art style of the engine that we've got, which is what we're doing, there's a pretty decent amount of choice there. Lots of community people submit stuff on the forums, and it's easy enough to sort of edit things and make changes to anything you feel needs to. It's like when we were looking for our farm assets, we kind of just googled RPG Maker tileset farm, and there was quite a few cool ones, but we made some edits that were necessary to get it looking as awesome as we want. So yes, there's definitely plenty of caves and there's definitely plenty of cities. Making bit of progress today. Very nice. Yeah, it'll be super useful, handy job done. I'll feel super productive when we finally get all these profiles up, you know. Be very good. Leaving my household after a harsh argument with my father. I donned an andro disguise. Nickname El Resident and began traveling around the land using my skills to help those in need. My charm, diplomacy, and my coffers, as well as my impeccable marksmanship. Also, I might, just so you know guys, I might do another 1 or 2 trivia questions before we end the stream today. So I think it'll be cool to do that. Just as a send off for the end of the week. Impeccable marksmanship I learned from, because we're coming towards the end now. Sneaking into lessons with my brother. Okay, so biggest flaw, I'm short-tempered. I think that's a typo on the character sheet. It says short-tempered. I think it's meant to say short-tempered and prone to rash decisions. Okay, so deepest, darkest secret. In my first night of traveling, I encountered an elderly individual who gave me an enchanted amulet I wear hidden around my neck after protecting them from a malicious character attempting to steal from them. Keyboard ASMR. Diplomat for the city area, that sounds exciting. Short, I know, right? I was like, short-tempered? What has that been there on this character sheet without me seeing it? Sometimes it happens when you get into the zone of typing things up. You kind of miss the typos. But another reason why the World Anvil Lore Bible is the best place for our pros, easily able to correct any typos instead of having to redo the whole character sheet and the positioning. Attempting. I gotta go, but hey, nice to see you till next time. Yay, I know. I'm happy too. I might leave things there as we are, so we get enough time to get a couple of trivia questions in before we end the stream. So if we got the leaderboard up, we have. What I'm gonna do though, guys, I'm gonna get a few more of these character profiles in the Lore Bible tonight because I'm halfway through Naomi. and I don't want to just leave her unfinished, so I'm going to get hers up, and I might get a few more in as well and get their images too. And it's going to take a bit of time, like it's not going to happen over one weekend getting all of you guys in, but it's going to be something I'm going to be working at in spurts over the next couple of weeks to get everything in. So if we look at our leaderboard so far, guys, this is how it stands at the moment. So we've just started this today, so our trivia leaderboard, so nobody's running away with the points right now, and it's going to reset at the end of every month. This one I'll reset at the end of August because I'm not going to count July because it's too short. So whoever is top of the leaderboard at the end of at the end of August will get a Lore Master role in the Discord over there, just under my name. So you'll have that fancy title for a month. And I'm going to make a history, a sort of archive of all our Lore Masters over the months. Pardon me. But I think this is just an opportunity for us to like really get geeky about our game's lore together. Can't really fail. Okay, so I'm going to enter a trivia question in chat, guys. So we'll say what comes up. And whoever gets it first will get the point. You know, it's pretty close at the moment. So, you know, you want to get that point. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Trivia question time, guys. Blueberry, lemon, plum. Rex has already done it before I've even finished saying it. Well done. Apple was missing on that list, you're correct. Well done, Rex. We'll give you some points now. So, points, Alice Rex, 1. You'll get 1 point each from answering correct. I think that's probably just the easiest way to track it. So, well done. You got an extra point. We'll do one more question. I think that one was worth 10 points. But yeah, I might at least do 1 or 2 trivia questions at the end of every stream, just as a sort of send-off thing, just so you know, guys. It's an opportunity to get some extra points. So 1 more, 100%, just 1 more, and then that'll be it. We'll head off. We'll send us over to someone who's online if I've got time to do a raid before my dinner, that is. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Trivia question time. Who is the first character you meet in Raindrop Chronicles? Carol. Carol and Farrell. Carol, there you go, guys. Okay, so Ray won that one. My goodness, guys. Okay, 3 of you very close. You only lost because you spelled a whole name. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I'll accept it as long as it's got their first name. So don't worry, guys, just for future reference. You don't have to be super descriptive and write somebody's whole thing out. Just see it as long as the answer's there, you know. One-worded answer, if you know, is fine. As long as it spells it out who it is. I walked away from one moment, lol. Okay, guys, we'll do one more just because there's a few of you here. So if I'm ever going to do an extra one, it's probably because more people have got participate. So I feel like, yeah, let's do it then. Chances are, see it as it, the more of you that are hanging out, the more questions I'll do in one time. If there's only one person here or something, or then I'll probably just do one and then leave it at that. Okay, so definitely just leave it at 3 though. So this will 100% be the last one because it's nearly hit the 6 o'clock mark, so I can't be doing more anyway. So I hope you're ready, guys, because we're about to type another trivia in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Trivia. Trivia question time. What is the name of Meryl's boyfriend? Axel. You're so fast at Raid. Oh my goodness me. You're so fast. Okay. But, you know, this is a whole month here. So as things stand, things could change drastically by the end of August. And I'm glad that, I think having the system of a monthly one, you know, and the leaderboard resetting only keeps things fair, because otherwise it might be impossible to win if we don't reset the leaderboard every month. But everything's close right now. So points, Mr. Rady, good job guys. I'm really impressed, you know, with how like I expected, like before we started this trivia thing today, I was thinking I'll probably put the command in chat, but it might take a few minutes for someone to actually stop by an answer. But you've actually been almost instant, and I'm like, whoa, this is really actually going quite well so far. There's people who actually are really enjoying this. So awesome, guys. I like that's what I like to say. So I've given the point. So we had Rex get 1 point in that go, and we had Ray do get 2 points in that go. So this is how the leaderboard stands at the moment, guys. Still very, just started this, only been doing it for 1 day. Certain streams we might do it more than other streams. I think it'd be cool to at least do at least 1 or 2 in each stream, but depending on how active the stream is, we might do it more often. And sometimes, I know, I might just be in the mood to do a random one when you know, it's quieter as well. Who knows? It's however I feel. Hard worker. Chances are you will beat me because of my work distracts. Yeah, I'm actually on call. I put someone on hold for a set. Really? You put someone on hold just to answer the question? That's hilarious. That is dedication to Raindrop Chronicles. My goodness me. I like it. But yeah, most of you guys are work lurkers. I mean, Van's a work lurker. I believe Raider's a work lurker as well, where you are, because like you says, you put someone on hold. Rex is a work lurker as well. Due to the times that I stream, most of my viewers are work lurkers. So I feel like nobody here has an advantage. But in all honesty, I suppose it is about who's most dedicated and nerdy with the law, and that's really what the title is. Law Master has to sort of signify that the one of you or few of you who really get into this and get sort of excited about the world and characters. But I definitely don't expect the same person to be winning it each month. I think we'll have different winners every month. You know, it'll be fun. It'll be lots of fun, guys. Okay, so thanks for hanging out today. I might have to head off pretty soon, but I think we should drop us off somewhere before we go, though. To say hi to somebody, and I will be carrying on with some character profiles. So if you want to check the Law Bible over the weekend, folks, you might notice that there's a few more profiles in there. I think it'll be really handy to get that done. So let's have a look who's on to pass the love to. Thanks for the stream. Thank you. And GG to everyone that's on that leaderboard. I think even just getting on the leaderboard is an achievement. So GG, guys. GG. Okay, so there's a few friends on today, but today we'll go to Top Bra, just because Top Bra raids us a lot. He's been really, you know, awesome in this stream, and I've never had the opportunity to give him a raid before because he's never usually on when I stream. So we're gonna pay back the love today and raid Top Bra, and he's making a game too. Fates of Aught, it's actually on Steam, so let's see what he's up to today. And I just noticed our music playlist is finished as well. I'm not sure how long that's been like that. I need to figure out how to get the playlist to loop in iTunes so I don't have to manually do that. Okay, guys, so I'll see you all on Monday. Thanks for hanging out and for being awesome. Fun stream. Super fun stream, guys. Take care. Have a good weekend.